What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got several major things going on here today that you gotta see. We'll start with this one here. Take a look here. The Canadian wildfires are starting to affect a large portion of the United States and are having air quality alerts. Take a look here.
Air quality alerts from Minneapolis all the way east to New York City, all the way down to the Carolinas tonight, in fact. Toxic smoke from the Canadian wildfires now threatening the health of some 80 million Americans. This image right here, the New York City skyline, this was earlier today, obscured by the haze. And we're told that haze could be even worse come tomorrow. Here's ABC's Trevor Ault tonight.
Tonight, wildfire smoke seeping across the border from Canada, threatening the health of 80 million Americans.
To the haze, that's coming downstream. The thickest haze and smoke is actually during the evening hours, so the air quality is only going down.
More than 400 active wildfires are burning across Canada, half of them still out of control. The giant plumes of smoke rendering New York City's skyline practically invisible. Further north in Syracuse and Rochester, New York, the air quality is even worse.
It smelled like, our neighbors might be having a campfire, and it's just sort of an eerie feeling.
Medical professionals warning the poor air quality is already impacting people.
The immediate health risks are worsening of asthma and worsening of allergy symptoms. It can happen immediately in exposure to this type of air quality.
Can you recall a situation like this in the Northeast or in this area?
This is actually probably the worst I've seen the numbers.
The haze stretching all the way to the Midwest in Ohio and south to the Carolinas. And in some areas, it's forecast to be even worse tomorrow.
And David, experts say this air quality is most dangerous for pregnant, elderly, or very young people. They do recommend staying indoors if you're vulnerable. And conditions are getting even worse. David, in just the last hour, we've watched Lower Manhattan and One World Trade Center disappear completely into the smoke. David?
Yeah, it's really something. We could smell it coming in through the system right here in the studio, and we wondered if it was the wildfires. And sure enough, with that picture, that's definitely what it is. Trevor, thank you. And again, we'll be watching this over the next couple of days. Thanks, Trevor.
Let our viewers know if you're affected and what city and state you're in down below in the comment section. This is spreading pretty far and wide, and the question is, how long will this go on, and how long will it take them to put this out? We've seen this happen in California before. Now we're seeing it in Canada. It's quite a thing here. We're also seeing a major issue with a dam that has been attacked in Ukraine, and it's kind of a he said she said issue here. Russia blaming Ukraine, Ukraine blaming Russia. It's in Ukraine. So just as a realistic point of view, you would have to say, why would Ukraine go and burst their own dam? It's the water, and it's a massive thing here. Take a look at this footage and with some new intel here, and let me know your thoughts on this.
NBC News Pentagon correspondent Courtney Kubi has been working sources. Courtney, people were saying that it was leaning towards an indication that Russia was responsible. What have you found out?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Andrea. So the U.S. intelligence is leaning towards, or they have information that's pointing towards Russia being behind this attack on the dam. And according to U.S. officials, we expect that the U.S. is trying to declassify some of that information so they can make it public and show some of the information that they have that would point to Russia being behind this. And, Andrew, we've been talking about it all day today here on MSNBC and on NBC News about just the significance of this attack. You can see there the water flowing through that dam. Well, it's not only going to present a potentially tremendous humanitarian challenge to Ukraine, but there's also a real danger to it. So the reservoir for this dam, the water from there was used to cool the 6 Soviet-era reactors at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant nearby. Now, as you well know, Andrea, if those reactors are to overheat, it could cause a meltdown, and it could cause a humanitarian problem for miles and miles around that area. So in addition to just what we're seeing there, just the flow of water and the potentially tens of thousands of people who may be in that path there, there is a real danger to that nuclear power plant nearby.
No, exactly right. Molly Hunter was reporting earlier that right now the reactors are down. So the energy chief she spoke to said that there's no immediate danger, but that can't last for long. And of course, the loss of power And clean water is another huge, huge problem. Thank you so much, Courtney Kube.
Now, here's the interesting thing, because I remember reporting this and I remember telling you guys this, and you'll remember this too if you watch my show here, is that a few weeks ago, in fact, actually a month ago at this point, Russia evacuated all the cities in the around that nuclear power plant. Take a look here. I'll show you one of the articles here. This is because Russia controls that nuclear power plant here. So you can see here, mad panic sparked as Russia evacuates city near nuclear power plant ahead of expected Ukraine offensive. This is back from May 7th, so literally a month to the day. And in fact, they evacuated about 18 different cities and areas around that power plant. And we were wondering, why was this happening? And, well, imagine that. A month later, a mysterious attack on the dam happened and flooded this massive, massive dam that cools the reactors to there. So now there's a cataclysmic event that happened within a month. So why do you think now they evacuated those cities and now there's a cataclysmic event? Coincidence? I personally think not. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, but it's just too much of a coincidence. Yeah, and we know that for pretty much a year now, Russia has been toying with the nuclear reactors, especially this one, the Zaporizhia nuclear reactor, which is the largest of its kind in the world. I think in the world, but definitely in Europe for sure. It's a massive, massive one, almost kind of just waiting for a Chernobyl type problem to happen. So this is definitely a problem, and it's almost like Russia doesn't care. They just kind of are waiting for a disaster like this to happen in Ukraine. And the problem is that it's kind of close to Russia, and if there is a nuclear fallout type of incidents, it could literally drift over into Russia. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts on this, but was this planned ahead of time with Russia having evacuated the cities nearby it 30 days ago? Yeah, so it's literally, you can't make this stuff up. And if you just look at the timeline of how Russia has kind of planned this out, and you got to kind of think, why would Ukraine burst their own dam, which could cause thousands of deaths? I mean, if you've seen how much water came out of that, I mean, it's inescapable. If you know the power of water, I mean, it literally looks like the ocean is coming into the cities. I mean, any houses that are in the way, you won't be able to escape that. I mean, cars are literally just going to be swallowed up whole. Houses even are going to be swallowed up whole. So you got to think, why would Ukraine do that to their own city? It's literally. I mean, of course, there's some pro-Russian, sites and stuff that are saying, oh yeah, Ukraine did it to themselves. Of course, it doesn't even make sense. You guys can let me know your thoughts here on this, but you get some, Russian sympathizers, and people saying that, Ukraine did it to themselves, but, those were the people that said that Russia wasn't going to invade either, so you can let me know your thoughts. I'm just a realist. I like to look at things from a realistic point of view. And you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, but I will keep you up to date here with everything happening here in our country and around the world. And make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any new videos. Click the bell icon and I'll keep you up to date here. Thank you. Please like and share these videos here. And here's some videos you should watch next. Millions of people are going to lose benefits as Biden signs a new deal. And if you or anybody you know uses Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, your money is at risk in this video. So watch one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.